y'all. Welcome to another episode with the Petty Party Crew. It's your girl, Crystal, a.k.a. Champagne Chris, a.k.a. Chrissy F. Baby, please say the baby. And we're back.
Hey, guys. It's your girl, Jori Alia.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Shell.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Paulette, coming out the set. What's good? And we're also missing Nikki today, so she's going to be here in spirit. So that's the tea, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But how y'all doing, y'all?
I'm pretty good.
How y'all been?
Cool. Let me ask you, what's the longest y'all been without y'all's phone?
Like in what capacity? Like in general?
Yeah, what do you
I'm
mean?
with my phone all the time, so never. Girl, I gotta be reached.
Probably like weeks. I mean, Nigeria.
Oh,
the first time.
You had your phone though, no? Not at all?
I mean, no, but like
I mean,
not having signal.
Do you mean
stuff?
like a phone?
Yeah.
Do you mean like not having service? What do you mean? Or like
having
or like I
your
lost
phone at all?
Like I lost my phone. Like I don't know where it is.
You guys are
no,
that's
these are good questions.
No, these are good questions, so I understand the context. Because I don't want to. Because
but hold on. But surface level wise, I have not ever been without my phone. So that's the answer.
No, I'm not saying your phone without service. I'm just saying your phone.
Yeah, I know. I've never been without my phone. I'm always with my phone.
I've definitely been without my phone.
Yeah.
How long?
Maybe like 2-3 weeks. Probably like maybe even a month.
With no phone?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's
like
no.
Y'all remember?
No.
There was a point in time where I used to always like.
Yeah, no, Michelle was very. Yeah. She's resourceful, actually.
I used to not. Yeah, it was a point. Well, now I'm like really attached to my phone. But it used to be a point where like I was not really attached to my phone.
Yeah.
So if something happened to my phone, like I was never like in a big rush to replace it.
Damn.
Remember
like y'all don't remember in college? Like
the iPad. It's like if you had an iPad, you are still in service.
Yeah. No,
but that's what I like about Apple. Like you don't have to have a phone.
But I think because I grew up, I got a cell phone really late in the game. Most people got it like middle school. I didn't. I got it probably like senior year in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I got mine seventh.
I got mine junior year,
but it's prepaid. I had 7th grade prepaid, and then my dad in 8th grade decided to put me on a plan.
Yeah,
I had a phone probably since like the 5th grade.
But I never had a nice phone. Like it was always like a pass down.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't stylish.
Yeah. The Samsung slide up. That was my first.
I had a flip phone. God, oh my gosh, y'all.
Phones have evolved.
They have. The fact that we all have touchscreens.
No, my phone's dying at 5%. I have my phone for 2 years now, which is like really good for me. Well,
proud of you.
Technically, I've had this phone. It's this look my 4th phone in the past 2 years, but we're not gonna talk about that.
But no, that's good.
No, but now my phone is dying at 5%.
Really?
My videos and pictures are looking like they were taken on a calculator.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so iPhone users, I just learned this little hack. So if you go on your settings and click battery and look at your battery health, if it's under 80%, you should go get your battery changed because it's not really your phone's gonna be dying.
That
faster.
probably has to happen.
Because like I was charging my phone like this past week, every time I'd be like doo doo. I'm like, what? So I looked at why it's doing that, and my battery life is low.
Did you change it?
77% now.
Did you change it?
I just found out.
Oh,
it's no rush. Like
no,
I
was just asking initially because like I thought I left my phone. I actually drove the whole way here without my phone because I was just like, and I was like, I'm not turning around, bro. At this point, like, I'm not turning around. Yeah,
you know where you're going,
bro. But then I was like, I didn't have no concept of time. Like the time of the car was wrong, so I was like, I just did not know what was going on. I was like, dang, if this car breaks down right now, which it didn't, but it was like something. If something happens, like I'm not reachable. But I was like, Crystal, just fuck it, because I was like, just in case, what if I decide to go out after the podcast recording? I'm not gonna have a phone for like 5 hours. But I was like, you know what? I'm not turning around. I'll be okay. Like, cause I feel like I'm just attached to it. So I'm like, not gonna lie. Crystal, you'll be okay without it.
I do have my phone on me, but like for the most part, I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really like. I give myself downtime. Like I don't really be on my like. There'll be moments where I'm not on my phone, like probably for like 7 hours in a day.
No, you know,
especially on the weekends. Like I need to unplug.
It's interesting you say that because I'm actually very attached to my phone, and I learned that I think because lately I like when I'm looking up something, I have a computer. I don't use my computer for it. Like I'm starting to learn to not use my phone for everything. Like if I had to do something on a computer, I have to manually.
I've been doing like long math in my head lately because I'm like I always use my calculator, and I was just like, you know those trends on TikTok that be like divide this without and people be just fucking up. It'd be long division.
I be knowing PEMDAS. Like
I use the calculator for everything though. I'm not stressing my mind. But I know with like the screen time thing, like I'll go in there and I see like how many times when I pick up my phone in a day, and I'm like, why did I pick up my phone this many times in a day?
Whoa.
And it tells you what the first app you go to when you unlock the phone.
What's yours?
Oh,
TikTok.
Damn.
TikTok.
Like, no.
What?
Bro, I be so
Where do you see that at?
In screen time.
Okay.
It'll tell you.
You know what's crazy? Like I like to give myself screen time, and like my screen time is TikTok browsing. That's it. I don't. Instagram, you don't really get much play from me. I love TikTok and like that's my YouTube.
When I was at my friend's
like an
house,
hour to 2 hours.
He was literally like, "You're watching Netflix on your phone, and there's a TV in front of you. Are you okay?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm not okay."
Guys, you know what I'm really attached to is my iPad. Like my iPad's like my mini cube computer. I have a keyboard.
My sister said, she was like, so she literally, as I was watching TV on my iPad, she was like, so I guess you would say it's a 10 out of 10 investment, huh? And I was like, she's like, because I haven't seen you leave your side since you bought it. And I was like, I mean,
I do everything on my iPad.
10 out of 10 investment.
As soon as I was able to put Microsoft Office, listen.
It was a wrap.
Got a little laptop.
Nah.
Good.
Yeah.
I be working the hell out of good notes.
Girl, yeah. That was a good question.
It was. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the MOTO. Mine at the other. Yeah, I don't even know
why. Why do you always do that to Jori?
No, Jori does it to me.
Y'all do
it. Okay, catch her.
It's always surrounding Jori.
Yeah, because Jori likes to
I'm gonna stop telling y'all what it means. But we have new people here, so I just want y'all to know that the MOTO stands for Mind of the Other.
Yeah.
Okay, so she titled it, "Am I Wrong for Not Telling the Girlfriend?" Sounds juicy already. So I was seeing this guy for 2 months up until recently. I've been focusing on my career as I'm now progressing in grad school, so therefore wasn't seriously dating then or now or pretty much in the next 1 to 2 years. I think she meant last. Anyways, I met a guy at a club. We actually knew mutual friends, and eventually we began seeing each other. A month into seeing each other, we slept together. I had been celibate for a year, so I thought, what's the hurt in having fun protected? We both agreed, no strings attached, but we would hang out every often, just talking. Anyway, so the mutual friends we knew didn't really know him as much as I thought. They just knew of him because they were in the same brother-sister frat sorority. As the relationship was not serious, I never did any snooping, but I once saw him texting someone furiously. I did some snooping on Facebook and Instagram and came across a woman tagging him in posts he untagged himself in. Long story yeah.
How did she
say
know
that last part?
I did some snooping on Facebook and Instagram and came across a woman tagging him in posts he untagged himself in. So maybe he hadn't got to it yet too quickly or something like that.
I think Facebook shows the name still, even if you untag yourself.
Oh, wow, damn.
It does.
You just can't click on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She said, long story short, the whole time they were in a long distance relationship. I'm like 90% sure. Since then, I ghosted him. He spammed my phone asking what's wrong with me and asked me what he did to deserve this. I told a close friend expecting support, and she got mad at me because I don't want to tell the girlfriend. But I just feel like, what's the point? I did that one time in another situation, and it completely backfired. Maybe it's not good. I shut down communication completely, but I don't want anything to do with the situation. It hurts because I did care about the guy, but who knows if I'm even the only side he has. Anyways, my friend now says that shows I'm not trustworthy as I'm not willing to out him and that I was comfortable being a side. Basically, I'm covering for him. Of course, I was someone's girlfriend. I'd hope they tell me, but I just want to act like it never happened. Am I wrong?
Listen,
your friend is a messy ass bitch.
She's
stupid.
She's
stupid.
She likes drama too much.
Like
a messy bitch.
She wants you to sit here and tell the girlfriend, and the girlfriend gonna pull up and throw hands on her. Is she gonna fight for you? Because like, why would I feel like you backing up from the situation, cutting off all communication, that is you respecting yourself and taking your L in silence. Why do I gotta be out loud with it?
Yeah.
My thing is,
that's not me saying
but
I'm
why
comfortable
does she
being
want
a
a
side.
messy situation? Like that's gonna be so messy. Not only that, you said that it was like not a relationship. You was just fucking with him, so I don't see the need.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
we're just
especially if you
fun.
can walk away with no like hard
drama,
feelings or feeling attached or drama, like do that. Like take your easy way out. And you know how I feel about coming to girls as women anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
it sounds cool at first.
Do you know the girlfriend?
Like,
I'm confused.
Are you the girlfriend?
No, yeah, that would be the only reason why she's pushing.
Even
if you know her,
I feel like
even if
your friend is at a line to say that you're now untrustworthy. Like we've said this on this podcast a million times. We don't like shame. We don't like embarrassment. So if I choose not to send it to his girlfriend, that's my business. If you're so compelled, go about it. But no, don't do that because I don't want that to happen. And you did touch on the fact like, okay, like you did ghost him. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Because who are you? Even if you did call him out, is that going to stop him from doing what he does? You know what I mean? Like, she wants you to hold him accountable, but who's to say that that's even going to hold him accountable to begin with? So it's kind of just like, if you got so much beef, and as my friend, I told you that, then go check the nigga. Like, why are you coming at me like this? You were the mutual friend I had with him. So if you have an issue with the fact that what he did to his girlfriend, then you need to address him friend to friend, not make me go address his girlfriend. Now I'm untrustworthy.
And now mutual friend is used lightly because she said she didn't know her friends like that.
Not as deep as she thought.
So that's not even. Why are you going? Do you want him, girl? Why is she going so hard?
Let me be honest with y'all.
Know,
like, honestly,
weird.
everyone needs to really practice minding their business. Like, there's so much joy in minding your business. Like, I love silent L's because at the end of the day, you're not gonna hurt out loud. No one's really gonna know. So I just don't like that your friend is really trying to put you in a position of like that's kind of dangerous.
Right. Talk about
you know what I mean? We're in a real world now. Like, people really retaliate and kill people and do stuff for so small. So it's like, can you imagine? Like, I just don't get the reason behind why your friend wants you to go approach the girlfriend. Is that his wife? And even I'm not approaching her. So like, what's it?
I was comfortable being aside.
And honestly,
as soon as I found out, I left.
She lucky.
So how did I become comfortable?
We're done. We're not friends anymore. And I'm gonna slap the shit out of you because who are you saying I'm comfortable being aside? Who are you talking to?
But to play devil's advocate, and let's just imagine that this is a relationship that means a lot to you, even though she sounds like an op.
Did it?
Let's say I would have a conversation with her because there is a small possibility that she's been in that situation and she's just becoming triggered. And maybe she's like putting herself in that situation and been like, dang, I wish somebody would have came to me. And like, you're reminding her so much of the other woman. And maybe you haven't told her like the full like story. So maybe to her, she's thinking like, did you ghost him? Are you still texting him? Like, why aren't you like blowing the lid off of this situation? And she probably thinks the reason why you're not reaching out to the girlfriend is because you want to, continue the relationship, which is very, again, as her friend, she probably shouldn't think that of you. But I would just have a conversation with her like, girl, what about the situation is triggering you so much that you have such deep feelings about me now based off how I handle
saying,
it.
Right.
Right.
But like, is it the friend's business to know what me and him were doing? I don't need to give you that. I don't need to invite you in what we had going on. That has nothing to do with you. So to me, it's like you're trying to force me to like spill tea on my own life, and I don't have to do that.
Which is
know what I'm saying? You can be triggered in silence. You can't bring that to me.
That's true.
That's not fair.
But since she did decide to share this with her friend, only because I do know people who like, you'll tell them something and all of a sudden they're more mad than you and you're like, whoa, you're overly invested. Like now it's like you have now taken the situation and made it about you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Very true.
And I know that they're well-intentioned. They don't mean well, but some people are just like that. I don't know if it's because they live for drama. I don't know if it's just because they're very empathetic. Who knows? But a lot of times a simple conversation can like de-escalate it.
But I'm just saying, like going out your way saying trustworthy, you're not trustworthy. It's a lot. I'm comfortable being the side girl. It's a
giving
lot.
You've been through this before and you're taking your anger out on me. I'm sorry. There's no way. Like no way. Like your friend can go through something and you might be like, damn, like I don't think you should have ghosted him. You should have called him out. But now all of a sudden I have all these words for you. That's a little
like what?
That's how you really feel about me?
They're right. But it's just like, it sounds like they're young, because I feel like when
grown women be doing this.
No, but they do. But I feel like it's more common to be invested in your friends' relationships when you're younger. I think as you're getting older, is it?
Older people are more. Older people are more invested. Girl, have you not seen girls? No. Have you not seen? Never mind.
Because I feel like younger me, like probably 2021, I would be like, yeah, girl, you need to leave him. But now I would never tell my friend that. Like,
but it's not even that. But like for example, like someone like older that has been through has dealt with like a terrible man. If a situation like that happened to one of their friends, they're gonna be triggered and now start telling them like things that they wish that would have done and happened in their. You know what I'm saying? Older women do that.
Before I give you advice, I'm always gonna say, listen, you're gonna do what you want to do. But I always say it like that because I'm like, because that's the tea. You're gonna do what you want to do at the end of the day. So
I literally just told somebody that like a couple of days ago. Like they called for advice. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm telling you what I would do, but do what you want. I said, because I know what it's like to follow somebody else's advice and you regret that. And I'd rather you do what you want. Like, I'm not gonna judge either way. Do what you want to do. And she was like, oh, I appreciate that. I'm like, yeah, because
but I think I'm past telling people. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you call me for advice, all you gonna get is a listening ear. I am past telling people what to do. I really am.
I don't know to my own life. I'm trying to help you.
Not only
that's why I don't like giving it. That's why I be like, take this with caution. Do what you want, because I could be wrong as hell too. Shit.
People are always gonna do what they want to do. Either two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna be mad because you're gonna be like, bitch, you wasted my entire time. Hours and days advising you just for you to do what you want to do anyway, or I'm gonna be like, or I'm gonna be like,
I be wasting my friends' time.
or you're gonna listen to me and be miserable and resent me because you're gonna be like, damn, I'm miserable. I should never listen to you. I should have did it. And it's like, damn, bitch, you didn't have to listen to me. Like, it's a lose-lose.
I don't know. I feel like people in that sense, like kind of situation, like you need to be able to accept truths. Because one thing for me, I like going to my friends for advice. And one thing about me, you can be truthful. I'm not about to be upset about being truthful because the thing is, we're women. We need to talk. Like, this is why I'm here. Like, I need to, be advised. And like, I want to hear, how another person will handle the situation. Like, where's your mind at here?
Yeah.
Make sure I'm not like, misreading the situation.
No.
Because sometimes you need someone to give that extra lens. Like, nah, girl, this is what's really going on. You're kind of, You're about to jump off the edge, chill out real quick, you know? But yeah.
To answer your original question, you're not wrong for not telling the girlfriend.
You're
if
wrong.
you don't want to do that, that's fine. Like you said, it was casual. You feel like you were out to take your L and walk away. You are 100% okay by doing that.
And he's untagging himself off Facebook photos. She's not, that girl knows something. She's not an idiot. If I tag my boyfriend in a photo, he comes behind me and untags himself.
Something's going down. Because why are you untagging?
Why are you untagging yourself?
Man, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my gosh. You know, that actually
that.
happened to me. Y'all, so this is how I found out this nigga was messing with this girl because he was tagged in a picture. And so when I brought it up to him, maybe like a couple days later, he untagged himself. And I was like, yeah, you should have crossed your T's and dotted your I's before this because what the hell? Yeah, he definitely untagged himself. And I was like,
tag photos.
I already saw it.
Yeah.
Hate those.
Ew. Oh my God.
Tragic.
This is giving like, are we dating the same guy vibes? But y'all, the people that know what I'm talking about in Dallas, y'all know there's some weird stuff. Not weird, but like there's just some eye-opening things going on in this city with dating. It's kind of scary.
Tell me off air. I want to know.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Definitely. And so, guys, we're just going to move on to the Petty Chronicle. I really don't have one today. I really haven't been petty, but like I have a ick. So my issue's not my issue. Sometimes I just don't like for example, a man, right? I feel like if you're trying to spin the block, you know, you should know how to do it now. Like it shouldn't be a thing where it's gamey still. Like you're low key trying to run game. This is your chance right here. Like you know you gonna win this time. You know what I'm saying? And so I actually had a man face like y'all. I don't save numbers that I don't like. If I don't really know you, I don't save your number. So guys, like a number had called me and like this number looked familiar, but I just could not put anything to it. So I answered it was FaceTime. I answered it and covered the camera and I saw who it was. I'm like, huh? And I uncovered the screen. He was like, oh, hey, Amaka. And I'm like, excuse me. He's like, oh, I called the wrong. I'm like, okay. I was like, that's awkward. I was like, well, nice seeing you. And he's like, wait. He's like, how have you been though? Like, you know, it's been forever. Like, we haven't talked. I'm like, oh, everything's been good. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, and then he made it an effort to tell me that he ran into one of my friends the day before. And I'm like, why are you telling me? Like, I don't, this is like not tea right now, right? And so that's when he's like, okay, so, you know, you ghosted me last time. I was like, how did I, what? He's like, yeah, like, but you know, we know why we won't go down that road again. I'm like, okay, like, what's up? So then I asked him, I was like, okay, so like, did you really not mean to call me or what is it? Because like it seems like you have a lot to talk about tonight. He's like, no, it's just like I've been seeing you on Instagram and like you're just so beautiful, this, that, and the third. Guys, like at one point I kind of started not saying I was getting disgusted, but I was getting annoyed. Cause I'm like, okay, what's up? Like if you trying to holler at me, holler. Like this whole having me wonder why we're here right now is weird. And so then he was like, okay, so now get this, guys, because this is where he lost me. He was like, okay, so like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, oh, I have some stuff like errands to run. He's like, okay. He's like, so this is my personal invite to come over.
Huh?
Guys. Go to hell.
Guys. At my big age. What? I was like, oh, right. Okay. I was like, when you're done doing what you're doing, just text me. God, I have not talked to him since. Cause like, what?
So what's
is that how you
per se?
No, I'm not
gonna lie. Yeah, if you're spinning the block and you're inviting
stop spinning the block and you're gonna be gamey. That's weird.
Oh
to me.
yeah,
like
no, be
spin the block and know what you're gonna do. Like one thing about me, if I'm
he was kind of straightforward, but I would have rather him been.
He really wasn't. He was straightforward when I baited him to be straightforward.
But that's not enough. Like you can spin the block and tell me you want to fuck with me again, but. Where is the action behind that spinning the block? I'm sorry, like action has to follow.
And inviting me to your house is not spinning the block. Like y'all,
it's not spinning the block worthy. Like you could have kept that in the ball.
And a lot of y'all really be spinning the block with no action, no game plan, nothing. And like to me, that's an it. Cause like I'm grown now. Like that's not okay.
There's no more spinning
anyone
the block
from my past. You're trying to come like you got to come with it.
There's no spinning the block for me. But I also feel like
shit is dead.
Yeah, if you gonna come hard, bro, or don't come at all.
Like don't sit
even
here
waste
and
my time.
like you running game and it's like game recognize game and it's like, bro, why are you on my line and why did you FaceTime me?
It's crazy because I feel like
he meant to call you on purpose.
He called you.
I had to look you in your face while you did that. That is so scary to me. Like,
oh yeah,
and you're so bold and confident in it. Like,
I feel like spinning the block for me is dead. Right? No, I'm not allowing anybody to. But I also feel like the issue with that is like because you be like, okay, this your second time here. Like, you gotta get on your Zoom. And it's like, you have such a higher expectation and you have such a small, like, patience or, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
I know what you're trying to say.
Any little thing you do, you out of here. So it's kind of just like, it's not even tolerance. My tolerance is low as hell. So it's kind of just
you don't even have a tolerance.
No.
No, my tolerance is my tolerance is so like, listen, one thing and you're out of here. I do not play them games.
There's one guy that's always finding himself trying to spin the block, and it's like, yo, like you already know. Come on,
but
dog.
I've actually stepped back into my block era. So
really?
Yeah. Had to.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
People don't get it, so block era Jori is back.
Really?
Yep. Wow. It is, and I love it here.
Well, we're gonna be watching this episode for some tea.
I feel. Oh, y'all might have seen this clip that's going around, and Iyanla Vanzant, you know, she be right sometimes, but not all the time. And this time, I will see who y'all cited. So Iyanla Vanzant and Ebony, she was on Real Housewives of New York, and I think she's a correspondent for some show. I think she has her own podcast. I don't know what clip this was pulled from, but it's a clip pretty much saying like, she asked Ebony, would she date a bus driver? And Ebony was like, yeah, if he drove the bus. Like, but other than that, no.
If he owned the bus.
Yeah. If he owned the bus, but other than that, like, no. And so, I was like, no, well, see, that's the problem. Women these days, like, we're not dating men for their character, like this, and the other. And Ebony was just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, I need a man who can protect. Like, I have not had a man consistently been able to, like, show me that he can provide and protect. So right now, it's like, that's what I need. I can't settle for anyone below that because, like, I have to be able to make sure that I'm taken care of at the end of the day.
And I agree with what
and a lot of people were, like, dragging her, of course. And they were... On the other hand, we're dragging Iyanla for saying, like, why is the black women are always forced to settle? And Ebony is a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why she should have to settle.
She can't be dating a bus driver, guys.
I mean, she can, but at the same time, it's like, to tell her that she has to is kind of just like, she's allowed
to have a preference. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Okay, what? My thing is, it's like, y'all don't say this when white women move like that. Why is it when black women do this, it's like now looked down upon? Like, we can't set a standard and stick to it. Like, we always have to dummy ourselves down to be with a man. That don't make sense to me. Not saying that everyone's doing that. I'm just saying, like, that's what y'all want us to do. Why? Y'all don't tell other women to do that, so why must we do that? I don't understand that. So, I don't know. I agree. I'm not gonna. I kind of agree with Ebony. I'm not dating a bus driver.
Did y'all see like the heated argument she got into with?
No, I don't.
DJ
Envy.
What was it about?
Did you hear about it? So she recently went on the Breakfast Club.
Again?
She
lives there.
Well, she lives in New York.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
She was on the Breakfast Club, and I didn't see the whole thing. So, but like pretty much DJ Envy like stepped to her on some just like, you always talking about you uplift like the black community, this, that, and that, or whatever. He was like, but your ex-fiance was like a white man or whatever. Like he tried to come at her like that. He tried to come at her like that. And she was like, you're trying to make this something that it's not. She was like, if you watched the full clip and saw everything that I had to say, she's like, you're trying to make this like as if like I can't say I want to uplift the black community, but me saying what I said is such a problem. And she kind of like snapped at him as she should have. Like they kind of went back and forth. Like, you know how DJ Envy gets.
Envy. No one talks about how you never mind.
Is DJ Envy even dating a black woman? Like, can you shut up?
Shut up. Like no one sits here and talks about how pretty much cheat on your wife.
He tried to come at her on some like, I appreciate the bus workers and the people who do those little jobs like that. There's a reason why I have a job here. I appreciate them. And that's why she was like, you're trying to make this a moment that it doesn't need to be like, it doesn't have to be like that.
She's not putting down bus drivers. She is saying that I'm not going to date one, but I'll date a man that owns the bus.
Thank you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like people are in the comments saying that's the problem. Y'all don't want to be with a black man long enough to help him get up to be the owner of the company. And it's just like, why does a woman always have to put you in that position? Like there are men out there on their own who hustle and put themselves in those positions. Like women aren't obligated to struggle with you. Like
period.
Y'all feel like, and it's crazy because like y'all feel like y'all can't come up without a black woman, but then y'all be ready to shit on us. So it's kind of just like,
my thing is I think the thing that just doesn't make any sense is there are a lot of women who, because if you see even with that argument, there were two sides to it. There were a lot of women who are really just like, yeah, I do believe in building a man up, and I do believe that, you know, black men don't have enough women in their corner, and a lot of times people focus too much on money. So there are women there that you can date. Bus drivers, there's not a shortage on women for bus drivers today. The problem is when you see a black woman who is successful and is popping her shit, that's the woman you want to humble and say, you're not allowed to have standards. That's what I don't understand.
Right.
Ebony's ex, who she was with for a very long time, I mean, he wasn't black, but he was a multi-millionaire as well. She's dated influential men throughout her career. Like, it's not like there's a shortage of men for her to date.
No.
So what is the point of telling somebody who has a pool of men that she can choose from that she should choose from a set of a pool that she's not even interested in? She want to date a bus driver. Why? And if she dates that bus driver and starts emasculating him and starts, you gonna say, oh my God, why are you dating this man and now you expect him to do this and this and live outside his means?
The thing is, it goes back to the how women will say that they don't want to be with the men they make more than, because like you're gonna run into these issues. Unfortunately, like that's just how life is. Man, you have an ego. Y'all always gonna run. I mean, there's a select few men that it doesn't matter to them, but the majority, y'all don't want a woman that's up here and more than you. Let's just be clear here. Like, let's call a spade, and it's okay to be honest and real about it. But in this world, we want to sit here and just like live in like, we all want to be delusional about it. I don't understand this conversation.
Even outside of her just stating her preference that she wouldn't date a bus driver, like her main point really was like, as a Black community, we need to strive for more. Like, let's start businesses. Let's work ourselves up. Let's stop being in these little positions and elevate ourselves. You know what I mean? That's really the point that she was trying to make. And we see that all the time. Y'all be like, y'all go get an LLC. Like, so now y'all mad that she's saying elevate yourself, but y'all want us to go get LLCs and start a business tomorrow. Exactly. So what's tea?
And she never said she wouldn't date a bus driver. She said she would date the bus driver as long as he owned the bus. Which,
come on.
I don't understand how DJ Envy even flipped that and said,
because
we support bus drivers. Because there's a lot of bus drivers who do own the bus. They always try to paint it
into something else. It's just weird.
I mean, it's him.
It's weird. But no, I will say a lot of men do that to Black women that come on platforms that like what you said are successful. They literally try to humble them, make them like bring them down. It's like, why?
It's happened to us as a podcast. We almost got humbled once before.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
heavy
honestly,
on almost.
A lot of people just don't like confident women when they see like you're on your shit, or when they want you, when you embody like what you feel, how you feel in a certain manner. Like it just rubs people the wrong way, so they want to just knock you down a couple notches. And I don't get it, because the message do be, as Black women we need to be proud of ourselves, do this, do that. But it's like, once we get to that point, y'all don't want us there. Like, y'all don't want us. Right. They don't want to see you win, ladies.
Yeah. All y'all just be insecure.
Right.
Anyway, but I'm on Ebony's side, though, to sum that up. I agree with her.
Yeah.
She said nothing wrong.
Let women date who they like.
Literally.
Let men date who they like. It really shouldn't be that problematic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all mind your business. Like, you don't have to always comment on everything. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can date the owner of a bus too, or you can date the driver. You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Honestly, DJ Envy, you go date a bus driver.
Literally. Okay, even DJ. Why is his name DJ Envy?
Speaking of dating, he's definitely a DJ. But
where?
Speaking of dating, y'all. So we talked about this last episode. I guess we're gonna circle back because they were recently seen at the Met Gala together. And by the time y'all listen to this, it's going to be a little late. But we just wanted to touch on this specifically because we talked about it on our last episode. Y'all, Carisha and Diddy, again.
They're having fun.
I know, they are. And honestly, we can honestly leave it at this. She's never leaving that man.
No, I wouldn't come off him either.
She's never leaving.
Like,
I mean, giving who he is, she won't be around forever. But, until that happens.
But the one thing I will say, because I'm actually here for it. I really think that, like, I think she's made the most out of dating him, and that it's worked for her. However, this is the one little thing I do want to bring up from the Met Gala is when Lala asked him the question she did on the red carpet when she was asking him like what their title was, which I do feel like it's a tired question at this point. Like y'all have asked that question several times and y'all are looking for an answer that they're not going to give clearly. But I just feel like in that same token, like as a grown man, like why does commitment bother you that much? Like it's kind of weird. It's like a double edge because in one sense I'm like, do your shit. You know what I mean? Do whatever makes you comfortable. But in another sense, I'm like, you shouldn't have stumbled that hard on that question. No, you really shouldn't have.
Right. We know why he stumbled on that question because Diddy is in several commitments. Yep. And if he gets on that platform and says, this is my girl, then he can't go home and lie to whoever he's been lying to and have them believe it.
But they already know what's going on. Every girl that he's been with outside of Carisha has been on the blog. So I'm pretty sure they know what's going on. So it's like for you to publicly
but if you hop out there and now you claiming one over the other, it's going to cause beef in the house.
And that's fine. I just feel like, again, like there's just a certain way.
When the family
with him being the grown adult that he is, even if he wouldn't have been like, yes, this is my girlfriend, like there's just a certain way he could have answered it to where he just wasn't stumbling so much. It just gave like 20-year, like, so my 20, 30-year-old, like, why are you acting so immature?
What would you want him to say?
He could have been like, listen, y'all, the same thing that I say, like, it is what it is. We know what it is, and we're happy with that. He was sweating bullets. Like, he was stumbling.
I think because his ensemble was a little heavy.
I
but
mean, I don't think he was necessarily sweating just because of that question. He
he had like a lot.
I think it was without the sweat, he was stumbling a lot too. So
because I'm pretty sure he was thrown that Lala asked him that. Because Lala, why did you ask that?
Really?
I was looking at her like, I know you and Miami are friends. That like she put you up to this. Like I'm confused. Like why was this
really?
I think Lala was shocked too. Like, are we doing Met Gala together? Because that's the thing. Even I was kind of surprised too because I'm not gonna lie, major. And that's the only thing about Young Miami. And I think it may just be like, I don't know what it is. Maybe the industry and the generation, all this stuff has changed a little bit. Because back in the day, like if you're hitting the red carpet with somebody, there's like a certain level of like, you know what I mean?
Your gal.
Like that's heavy.
That's your lady.
You know what I mean? Like Young Miami is what Cassie was, but Cassie had the title. You know what I mean? Cassie was his girlfriend.
Okay.
She had the respect that came with it. So
she did.
They were hitting all red carpets together. But I feel like Diddy is getting the privilege of like being able to have her as eye candy
and like nothing,
and still throw her to the side and not claim her. And it's like, and it would normally be embarrassing, but I think that since Young Miami takes it in stride and she has a really good poker face, that it's not as embarrassing as it possibly could be. But if this was anybody else, this would be a shit show.
Yeah, it would. 100%. 100%.
All that she's getting, shit.
And this one, they might as well be.
We don't even know what she's getting.
She
gave her a show, but it's on Revolt. We don't know what her contract's looking like. We don't know how much she's really getting off of it.
I think it's just putting her in spaces. The fact that she's in Vogue.
No, and the fact that,
like, it's just putting her in spaces and around people who she normally wouldn't have been around. What she chooses to do with the connection that she makes by being around him is on her. I don't necessarily think we're going to see it all up front. I think we see a little bit like the show, but like you said, it's on his network and she been getting paid for that. But I think she is getting in rooms with people and kind of.
This is her first year at the Met Gala.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's lit.
That's impressive, but that's what I think sometimes a lot of men with money will do. Like they'll flash the lifestyle in front of you and kind of dangle it in front of you where you feel like you get to the point where you're so close
but
where you can smell it, but you can't actually enter those rooms without him. So leaving him is just too daunting.
Can I be honest with you? And like experience. I said that kind of too to someone else I was talking about the Met Gala. I was like, dang, like I really wish that Carisha could have got there on her own merit and not because of Diddy. Because it's like, to me, it's like that's major. Like look at that girl that was on, the girl that played Wednesday. Like you there on your own merit. You're not there because of a man's putting you on. Like you're there because
Ice Spice was there.
And that's what I said.
She was a special guest.
And was she? They did not dress her like a special guest. Anyway,
we told y'all about Ice Spice.
We did.
She's an industry plant.
I don't think she's a
with
plant,
her camera.
It was tap into the beauty standard episode. Basically,
it's not that. It's just no. It's just
Met Gala in less than a year is wild.
That is that.
Like
it is.
Lotto ain't even been to the Met Gala.
That's what I'm saying. Like what. That
Lotto,
is that.
And Sweetie, like y'all need to be upset with your team. They need to be on their Zoom. Cause like, how did she make it to Met Gala and y'all didn't?
I'm not gonna lie, Lotto been on her Zoom though. She
has. You weren't the Met.
I mean, she wasn't at the Met.
I feel like if you don't get like Met Gala is major.
I'll say in regards to female rappers, Lotto's been on her Zoom.
Cool.
For sure.
But when I see things like the Met, I'm like, hi, like that's big for her. That's
has her man even been?
Who?
21?
No.
Or maybe he's asking, where was he at with that?
How did Diddy get a +1? I'm actually
that's
like,
what some people get +1s. He probably paid for it.
I feel like if you're, that too.
No, you know it's $400,000 a table.
It's expensive.
Yeah, the designer has, unless he convinced the designer to.
He's the designer, Sean.
Kim Kardashian had a +1, which is North.
No, she did
North
not
wasn't
go
there.
Inside.
Yeah, North was just the extra in the pictures. Like.
Yeah, she definitely.
Kids are not allowed at those events,
right? But I mean, she was on the red carpet with her. But so I feel like I don't know. I feel like you.
What red carpet?
I feel like
that was the hotel. Leaving the hotel.
Yeah, what red carpet? It was just red outside out. Because even Kylie had a story. I'm like, where are y'all going with your kids? Like,
North was at the Met on the stairs. Yeah, she was.
I thought she was on the red carpet.
There's pictures. Oh well,
whatever.
I stand to be corrected.
Kids are not allowed there.
The reason why I feel like she was there because one, I saw pictures, and two, there's clips of North standing on the side of the Met about to leave. So I think she.
I think she pulled up.
I feel like kids are allowed there,
and she stayed outside with the nanny.
Kids are not allowed. That's a party.
You know what I'm saying? Because that means that Cardi B easily would about culture and wave up in there, and they all would have been swaggy.
Rihanna even said
she wish she could have brought her son.
She could have brought her first son.
Because it's like crazy. Her baby's there, but her son's not there. Rihanna just that girl.
I have to say this real quick and I'll let it go. But I used to always kind of look at like Rihanna and ASAP like I don't like them together. But somebody made a tweet and it just clicked for me, and now I just rock with them. But somebody was just like, they work so well because ASAP Rocky doesn't have any ego towards her. Like he's okay letting her be the star and admiring her. And I'm just like, I mean, not even if he can't, but like a lot of niggas can't do that. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas would let their ego get into the way of it. And so when I look at it, like how he admires her, I'm like, damn, like it makes sense to me now why she fucks with him.
I love the dynamic.
It for them. Yeah, I like
the lipstick on the cheek. I'm like, okay, accessory.
It's just, you know, it's crazy. He behaves like every man should behave when like they're with the boss.
No, because I saw this video.
I agree. He literally shuts up and moves out the way.
No, really. And
he a Stedman?
Did you not see him at no, for real? He is a younger version of Stedman.
Where is Stedman?
He's still around. He's still around and behind closed doors. But what I'm saying, like, you saw him at the Super Bowl. Wow, Rihanna's biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
Any other man be like,
Rihanna and A$AP are walking like into the Met Gala, and like everyone's like Rihanna, and some reporter, she's like A$AP, and he turns around, she's like, I'm sorry, I was shouting Rihanna's name, so I had to say A$AP, and she was like, stop hating, and then she was like, no, I'm just kidding, I love you, you're my queen. He was like, that's my queen too.
That was so cute. I was like, like it's just she looks so happy. She looks so happy.
I love that for her. But
me too.
Okay, guys,
rich and just happy.
Soon come.
Yeah, for all of us. Period.
Honestly.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into the topic. I'm going to just jump right in. I'm not even going to introduce it, nothing like that. Y'all figure out what it's about. What are green flags when dating somebody?
Green flags.
Yeah, because we talk about red a lot. We talk about yellow a lot too, but we don't really ever talk about the green flags in dating somebody.
Someone that actually listens when I'm talking. Like, I love that.
Attention to detail.
Yes, it's the small things for me.
Attention to detail. Somebody who I'm not even going to say something as cliche as communication, even though that is important to me. But I feel like something that's a little bit more important. What?
No, I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, something that's a little bit ranked higher on that list for me would be like how you like just understanding who I am as a person. Yeah, and I guess this is like catching on early sooner than later, because I feel like sometimes it takes a while for like people to get used to each other. But it's like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes and I'm not the person that like we have to go all day without talking with. Sometimes I really don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? So kind of just like giving me space to let me do me. So I'm just saying somebody who kind of understands me sooner than later.
Someone who could share his interests and make it interesting. You know, especially in the beginning, because sometimes people like they share the interest and it's just like it sounds like either you're talking all about yourself or I'm bored. But if you like are able to like talk in a way where it's like, damn, and tell me more, like, oh my gosh, like
I agree. I agree.
Storyteller.
I agree.
Ooh, and a planner. That's a green flag.
A planner, yes, and a doer.
I think mine is consistency.
Ooh.
I think people can switch up, and I like knowing that you're consistent. Like, I don't sprinkle a behavior on me and then a couple months later, like you have different. Like, I need true consistency, because that's probably what made me fall in love with you. That's probably what made me like you. So it's like consistency is a big green flag to me.
No, that's
and communication. Like, but it's kind of cliche, but like communication is definitely a
good communication. Like someone that actually, can be able to like, understand that if y'all have like a disagreement, we're not fighting each other. It's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't know how to argue. Some people argue to put you down and be right, and it's like it's not every time you're gonna be right. Like, just discuss.
Not to take this too left, right? But and this is a good. And Jori, you're the one who actually put me on it, because Jori taught me about like attachment languages, which is really good to like really get into if you're like dating somebody. But I was on that page and I learned about like apology languages, right? And so I took a test with this guy. Me and him both took the test about like apology languages, and it pretty much asks you a bunch of questions like, if someone apologizes to you in this way, how does it like what apology do you deem as the most meaningful? And I'll give you like 5. It'll give you 5 examples. And the way like we went through it separately, and we had like 2 different answers. So we took the test together, and just hearing his reasoning behind why he thought apology was meaningful and why I thought apology was meaningful, I realized like this is gonna help our communication style so much more. Just because like there was one where the girl was like, oh, what did she say? I apologize, no ifs, ands, or buts or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I like this apology because it's straightforward. And I was like, okay, true, but like that just seems like very curt, But the other one where it was like, the other one said, I apologize, please let me know how I can make it up for you in the future. I was like, I like that because they understand that they inconvenienced you, and now they're trying to make a plan to see how they can, make it up in the future. Yeah. And he was like, I mean, I understand that, but I feel like the other one is like taking more accountability. And when he scored his was like accountability is really high for him when someone apologizes. And I realized that I focus more on restitution. Like, you can apologize, but I really want to know like how you're gonna move moving forward. And even having that conversation, I was like, dang, like that's crazy. Like, how 2 people can apologize and you wonder why people don't get over stuff is because you're not apologizing them in their language.
Yeah.
Damn, I've been big on the attachment styles. I need to go ahead and swing through to the apology style, because I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, like, ooh, okay, that's a good one. We'll circle back with that. Everyone needs to take that. Damn.
Take that test. I'm telling you.
So in regards to that, I want to know y'all's opinion on the situation. Have y'all ever done the whole friends to dating pipeline? Like, do you find that transition to be easy, like when you already know somebody as a friend, or do you find it to be more difficult than like dating a stranger?
I feel like it's more difficult.
It's easy to a certain degree, and then it becomes difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that transition, like getting into the like, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's like,
I feel like it's just difficult to begin with because like when you're somebody's friend, it's like. It's gonna sound weird, but it's like you just know too much sometimes. Sometimes you just know too much to put behind you, and it's like because we're already friends, then knowing too much, you being in a friend, it's not a big deal. But me knowing too much and then trying to be your significant other,
it's like heavy. You know what I mean?
And I'm also really heavy on like once you're a friend, you're really a friend. Like
that's what I was thinking. I don't think I've ever dated a friend.
Nah, it ain't. You can't come out of that.
I tried it before, and in my experience, I hated it because I felt like as my friend, I saw one version of him. Like you said, like I definitely knew a lot about him. But the problem was like who he was to me as a friend was different when I found out like he liked me. Like I saw a completely different side of him. So I'm like, damn, like this whole time we were friends and you were holding back. And now I'm seeing another side I've never seen because you was playing it cool. And I'm like, I actually don't like this. Like I don't like who you are as a person who likes me. And I'm just like, damn, like it is difficult. I thought it would be easy. Like we're friends, like we vibe, like we rock out. And I'm like, no, it's actually not easy in any capacity. Like it didn't work out for me at all.
Yeah.
But since you said that you've dated a friend, do you think it's possible that, okay, so once you date a friend and it goes to like, y'all cross the line, it becomes a relationship. Do you think it's possible to go back into the friendship?
I don't want to be friends with somebody that was fucking.
Well, okay, not it went that far. Like maybe like
we didn't even get that far, and no, we're not even friends now because like I said, I saw a completely different side to this person, and I'm just like now everything makes sense. Like everything that you told me about your past relationships, I was like, I don't get it. Like you're this type of person, and then to see that other side of you, I'm like, oh, now I know why the shit don't work out for you because this is who you really are to your core.
See, I think I'm kind of the opposite because I feel like a part of me is like, if I see somebody, or maybe like he starts off with intention to date me, but in my head, I'm like, okay, let's be friends first. I kind of feel like his character, and if something like that does happen in my head, I'm like, okay, well now this just solidifies my decision to friend zone you. You know, and I'm able to move forth in that. Like, okay, well now I have a good friend.
Right.
No. I feel like that's what good guy friends are made of. Failed relationships.
But my homegirl and me just had a conversation. She was like, I'm not gonna lie. She was like, I don't have male friends. She was like, I've never had a male friend who didn't want to just be just a friend to me. Yep. I was like, dang.
Because like you sometimes like no, you just fall into that gray area.
I think I have one male friend who never really just tried to, cross the line.
But I feel like, would he though if you gave him that opportunity?
All these men would.
But I feel like with the others, I felt it.
Yeah.
I don't feel that with him. So to me, it feels like a platonic relationship, like a friendship. So because I don't feel that, I don't think he's secretly in the background waiting for the opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think when somebody's like,
I think platonic friendships between men and women exist.
They do.
I think it just takes time to really because I mean sometimes like you say be in a situation where it's just like start what's happening here, like I know you're not that drunk, relax.
Oh my gosh. No, that's actually happened to me where it's like I thought we were just friends and you got drunk and then you confessing your love. What's going on? Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Like why does this no, it's just and then to wake up sober, talk about I was just drunk. This didn't give me nothing. Like
no, you weren't.
You will never hear from me again. Bye.
Those are your clear thoughts.
So awkward.
Now I know how you really feel.
Damn.
Out of here.
Oh, it's so sad. Poor guys, man.
Not poor guy. Poor me, bitch. The fuck?
They just out here trying to shoot their best shot and get curved.
Oh.
But I mean, so have y'all? Okay, I mean, clearly the answer's gonna be no because I was gonna say, have you ever like? Y'all never had a friend who y'all like fell in love with?
No,
like,
absolutely.
No, even like when you were younger?
Because I feel like I'm not like, I don't know. I feel like if I look at a man like at first sight and I'm like, I'm interested in him, I don't really see us being platonic friends unless I get to know him and his personality is shit. And even then it's like, we don't need to be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never like looked at a man and be like, oh yeah, shit, I want to get with him and be like, okay, well, we're just his friends. No, it's not happening.
I've definitely felt victim to that. And it's crazy because I saw a video where it was like, have you ever like had a guy friend and y'all chilling and all of a sudden you look at him and he's like, oh shit. And I watched the video, I was like, I know exactly what it was because I just was spending too much time. And it's not, you can fall in love with anybody if you spend too much time with them. I was spending way it's like too much time that one day I think I just looked up and I was like, no.
You like kind of.
So what'd you do? How'd you handle that?
I just felt. I remember I called my cousin. I was just like, bro, I do not know what to do. Like, I don't know what's happening, but like, I don't know why I'm feeling this. But I was actually very sad because he was like a really good friend of mine. And it's like, I knew it would ruin it. Like, it was just so bad. We just spent too much time together. And she was like, it's okay, it happens. And I mean, thankfully, you know, my friend ended up catching feelings with him too, and like completely blocked the situation. Right. And I woke up really quickly. But like, at one point it was getting sticky. Yeah, it was getting sticky.
You know, I've been in that situation, and like honestly, it's kind of hard because when you do like, especially you're spending so much time with someone, of course, like someone's bound to catch feelings, right? And like it's just really sticky because then you realize like, dang, like this is so perfect that it will not work.
Yeah,
you know, and
I never thought that.
Yeah,
before.
And like y'all, sorry,
so
this is like heavy.
Work.
This is a heavy conversation for me, but like it's something is just so perfect, like it's just never gonna work. And it's weird to say that. But then how is it perfect?
Because there's some things in a friendship that it's like, dang, this is like a perfect friendship, but it's a relationship. Because like the pressure of it all can ruin it.
Like there's someone in my life, like literally, like everything's just perfect, but it will not work. I don't know how to explain it.
But I get that.
We understand. Me and him understand it will not work. But like,
but that's what I'm saying.
It makes sense.
I get it, but in a sense that if it's so perfect, then you would be able to make it work. So maybe it's not perfect.
It's like
or maybe
the moment,
you're scared to make it work.
I mean, honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. But as soon as you put a title on it, it now changes everything.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's okay. And same thing we were talking about, like the situation with Diddy. Like I just don't. For me, titles are just not that big of a deal. So I don't think like calling somebody your girlfriend, why is that going to change things?
Can I be honest with you? Like I used to think, that way, but it is a big deal for me now because it's like, I mean, when you put a title on something, to me, it's like it's now something.
Okay,
you know what
so
I mean? When there's no titles, like what is it?
It leaves gray area for people to be like, oh well, we're not together.
You know, like
everything about this says we're together.
But we're doing everything. So we're doing everything as if we are together.
So just putting a title on it is not going to change anything.
No,
it does. It does change everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we're
to me,
saying
it
that
adds more respect.
I don't think you guys are hearing what I'm saying.
I do.
No, I don't. Because what I'm saying is, if we're doing everything in a relationship, we're all people look at y'all like boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
Look at y'all like boyfriend and girlfriend, but y'all not.
Okay. If people look at you like boyfriend and girlfriend, you're doing everything. You cooking for this man, y'all sleeping together, you're spending several times. What do you mean you're not?
You're not their girlfriend though.
That's what I'm saying. So why is it? I think that's a big deal not to put that title on it.
You're low key playing a role.
It's a big deal to put that title on it. Is what I'm saying. And I think again, it does leave room for gray area. But why do you want that gray area? Just put a title on it.
But it's kind of like, have you ever like, say you love shopping at Zara. Zara's your favorite store, and you're like, oh, I love shopping here. I'm always here. I should just work here. And then you work here, and it's like working here was. I like being here more when it wasn't a job.
Yeah.
When it didn't feel like work.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when you're spending time with somebody, sometimes the grayness is the funness of it. Because it's like you don't have that expectation of them. So it's like there's certain things they're doing. It's like, you know, if you was my boyfriend, I'd probably trip about this, but you're not my boyfriend. So honestly, and I'm not your girlfriend. So I'm not gonna ask about these things. And because I don't have that burden of having to ask about that, I'm just gonna let it be. But once I become your girlfriend, certain things is gonna have to change.
Exactly. So and that's what I'm saying. Like the difficulty in getting to that is like, I think people make a big deal out of it. Like, oh, because when we do become boyfriend and girlfriend, like again, if things change, things needed to change. Like I don't understand. I just don't understand the big deal. I just feel like again, like situationships are too much of a thing now. I do feel like, and I'm not saying that I've never done, because I have done one. And looking back, honestly, it was immature. Like we might as well have been boyfriend and girlfriend.
But I've said this on the podcast several times that a situationship is a relationship. It's our new world that redefined what
that's what I'm like. You redefine a relationship. It's a boyfriend and girlfriend. There's just no title on it. And if you did put it again, because it's like if he was to do something like sleep with another, you still gonna be mad, equally as mad. So it's just like I don't. No,
Crystal, you have a point. Absolutely.
It depends.
Yeah, it does.
No,
it depends on it depends. Like if you're not my man, there's certain things I probably don't give a fuck about. Like, because like Michelle said, there's no title, so I cannot be mad about it. So you're not my man, so I can't be mad.
So when you get to that point, then
what? I don't know the point you're trying to make. You're not landing for me.
The thing is, Crystal has landed already. I'm just what I agree. Like when you get to the point where you start getting upset about certain actions, like.
I think we're talking about two different things.
Yeah, because I felt like originally I heard you say you don't believe in titles, but I was trying to say.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Let me clarify what I think the 2 points are, because I see it. The first point is there are some people where you feel like, okay, in this situation, it's working, but I understand that in a relationship, it will not work. And that's why I'm not like thrilled or excited to jump into that with you. Then there are another situation where you're probably dealing with somebody who you want to be in a relationship with, but you think, okay, well, if I get in a relationship with, then it'll get sticky. So you're staying in this situation, you're like, but it's kind of the same thing. So you're saying, if you're at the point where you want to be in a relationship with somebody, then just get into a relationship and don't be scared. But I think we're talking more about we're kind of okay in that little friendship stage that we're in.
I mean, because if you know it's not gonna work with somebody, then why am I gonna force a relationship onto us? Like, I think it's clear as day if you, I know I cannot be with you, period.
Yeah, if you know it's not gonna work, obviously, then it's not gonna work. I'm talking about for somebody that, like Michelle said, that you want to be in a relationship with. And I think, honestly, I'm speaking more, that's what I'm saying, I'm speaking more to guys than to, I'm speaking more to men. That's really what it is.
Oh, heavy on speaking more to men.
Because again, like, guys will be like, y'all want us to do everything, but you don't want to put a title on it. What is a title going to change? Nothing. That's what that's the aspect I'm speaking of. Like, yeah, and honestly, that's it. And honestly, you probably still go, if you was a fuck nigga, you still gonna be a fuck nigga. So it don't matter you being somebody's boyfriend. So I'm just like, go ahead.
Sorry. I be trying to catch the before it gets to the next part, but were you finished? Okay, no. I was gonna bring up, since you mentioned Young Miami, she actually did an interview with Jason.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up during the Met Talk.
Okay, but just because it's relevant, she didn't. Where they asked if she would ever get married, and she said no. The main reason why she said she never get married was because she said that if she was to get married with somebody, she would not want them going out, and she doesn't think that men are loyal, and she doesn't think that she could ask that of a man. So that's why she doesn't want to get married. And he was like, "Well, what's the difference?" Like, you don't want, like, you date people who go out now pretty much. And she was like, I don't care. Like, in a marriage, that's the kind of marriage that I want. She's like, but now that I'm outside, I see married men outside. So that discourages me from marriage.
Period.
So I feel like,
or maybe she needs to talk to a different kind of man.
I mean, well, she's talking to Diddy. So I see why her views on relationships are a little warped.
But it's unfortunate that we're at this point in life for her to feel like, okay, I want this type of man, but because I feel like it's not out there, I'm okay with settling with this. And I feel like a lot of people on both sides, men and women, kind of go through that. Like, they think it's just not available. They think it's not going to be there. So they're willing to settle for things that they really don't want. But I feel like she's not kind of wrong. Like, a marriage is a lot to go into somebody and they out here playing in your face. I'd rather be single than be married to you and you're embarrassing my name.
Playing in my face married is different from playing in my face.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
no, 100%.
I have a ring and like I'm legally binding to you.
Legally by the government at that. So no, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like, I thought about this yesterday. I was just like, in this conversation, I was talking to this guy, and I was just like, the concept of finding somebody who I'm going to legally bind myself to and tie myself to with forever, and then bring a child into this world with, for me, that just sounds so like crazy. It's a lot. And I'm just like, dang, Chris, are you ever gonna find that perfect person to where it's just like, you know, it's just, and not to say that I don't feel like I will. It's just like, it just seems so like, it's just so serious. Like, I don't know. It just seems so intense. A big deal. It seems so intense. And it's like, I got to choose with the highest degree of my brain.
But like, that is intense. Getting married is an intense step. Like, that is a major step. And I wish a lot of people, when they take that step, their mind is there too. Because a lot of people be taking that step and their mind is still being a girlfriend and like
Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight. The fact that he went on that interview and said that he didn't have he never met anybody that he loved prior to his current wife. Mind you, he was previously married. He has multiple children with this woman. To say that I didn't like anybody prior to my current marriage. So you didn't even, I get not loving somebody, but not liking somebody. You didn't even like the person you brought kids into this world with. That's weird.
He's a horrible human being. He
has two kids named Brian.
And like he doesn't talk to them.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to circle back though, because we were talking about like situationships and putting a title on stuff. So I want to know, like, is there a time limit, or is it ever too soon for you to enter a relationship? Like a week, 2 weeks, a month?
I don't even know.
No, yes, there is a too soon.
I
mean,
I think like in a month.
It's too soon?
Yeah. No.
I'm still learning you. After a month, I'm good. Like after a month, I can be your after a month. I just like the first 30 days is test run for me. I can't, I need to learn you a little bit. I mean, I feel y'all, if y'all jump in it.
I'm just thinking, because I just feel like it doesn't take long. I feel like that's what situation ended up becoming into, I think, is like you like somebody, y'all are dating, y'all are spending all this time trying to get to know each other. If we rock with each other, let's enter a relationship. We got to learn each other as we go. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not wasting my time talking to you for 3 months. If you know you like me, want me to be your girlfriend at month 2, ask me to be your girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But like,
it can be month 1. Whatever feels right. I'm not going to lie. Whatever feels right.
I wouldn't say month. I guess I would say, because if I'm thinking about my past relationships, every guy I've been in a relationship with, I think I knew by month 2 that I liked him enough to be in a relationship with. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And maybe come to speak of the past. I feel like because usually like when you truly like somebody, you get their number and y'all are texting like all the time, like consistently, y'all meeting each other, all this other stuff, and like by the second month, it's like you feel like that's your nigga. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you are in a space where you're like very intentional and you're looking to be in a relationship, and a guy comes through and he checks all your boxes and y'all are spending a lot of time together, and he's like, I want to like be exclusive with you. And you want to be exclusive with him, I wouldn't just be like, I feel like I need time to fill you out, because it's like kind of marriage.
No, that's
you know?
different.
We're just dating exclusively, and at that point, it is a relationship.
That's what, I was
just
proving the point for what I said earlier, just in case.
No, but I'm saying that's somebody who checks all your boxes. A lot of times, like you end up with somebody who like don't check all your boxes, but you spent so much time with them, and it's just like, damn,
like you have to like
we're kicking it, and
let's test this out.
You're somebody I just text when I'm bored, and I'll go over there, but I would never be in a relationship with you. Never.
No, yeah. I don't feel like there's a time. I don't feel like there's ever a time that's too soon. I think a week is a little OD, but
a week?
I feel like that's too soon.
No, yeah, a week is OD.
A week is a little
I mean, Lisa Vanderpump married Ken in 2 weeks. Okay, baby.
And Dubs. Fucking Dubs with that one.
She 40 years now.
She be quick to say every time.
That was strategy.
She be quick to say on their first date she was bent over the bathtub, so yeah.
LVB? What? I ain't heard her say that.
She just said it in bed.
But she hit a lick. She hit a fucking lick. He's rich as hell.
These 2-week relationships, sometimes they be lasting. Like,
I'm like, life is about experience.
Yeah, just do you. Like, honestly, there's no like playbook for it. Do like she said earlier, do what feels right. Like at the end of the day, if you feel like meeting someone in a day and the next day in a relationship, do that. If you feel like waiting a month or 2, do that. You know, just have fun.
Go ahead.
Enjoy yourself.
I was gonna say, I would say if I'm like texting or talking to a guy and I'm waiting or I'm hesitant, is because I'm seeing red flags. I need to make sure these flags are actually red. Because a lot of times, like something that happened and you're like, I don't want to X him out completely. I want to give him a chance. Let me get to know him and because you're trying to see like, is he a good guy? Because some things may happen. Like, I don't even want to give an example. Because somebody I know, like she went on a date with a guy or whatever. She's supposed to go on a date with him, and she went on a date with him. The next date they had a date scheduled like around 10. But we was out. She was like, should I cancel the date? Should I not? And I was like, well, how about this? You're already out and you're dressed. Don't cancel the date, right? But see if he reaches out to you. And he never reached out. And the next day, she was like, I guess he called her the next day. And to me, I was like, girl, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if y'all had a date planned, and he's telling you, oh, I fell asleep, I was like, girl, he fell asleep with his wife and kids. Like,
Yikes.
And this is me being playful, but I would know that if that was me, that would definitely be my mindset. And that would be a thing where it's like, if you ask me that first month to be in a relationship, I'm going to say no, because I need to figure out if you have a wife yet.
But I don't even like stuff like that. I feel like a lot of men play games in that I'm not going to say nothing because I want to see if she's going to reach out so I can feel her. Like, I literally had a guy friend tell me that's the type of shit that he pulls. And I was like, he was like, I want to see how much these 2 girls fuck with me.
Shut the fuck up, because you're going to find out that day.
Toxic.
But yeah, we won't touch on that. But to circle back as well to what we were talking about, when you're dating somebody, not boyfriend and girlfriend, just dating somebody, like, do you bring them around your friends or do you guys wait until y'all are in a relationship?
No. Some niggas have died ghosts.
And that's a Fendi fact.
I don't need some people knowing I dated
that is
people.
a fact. That is a Fendi fact. What's understood don't gotta be
ever explained.
I'll say this. I haven't. I don't think I have. But I will say this, like, I was having a conversation with somebody and I was kind of just like, I feel like sometimes I could just make stuff more serious than it needs to be. Like, you're my friend, we're talking. Like, why can't you pull up with me? Like, it doesn't, like, I think people be in their head more about it, but it's just like, if we're cool, like, and we're getting to know each other and I happen to go somewhere and you have to come with me or vice versa, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not putting pressure on it. Like,
I don't know. Only reason why I have to disagree with that, just because, like, I just always grew up with the whole notion of not spoiling your market. And so I've been out with men on that type of behavior, and they're like, oh, you were with your man. It's like, no, it was not. That was not my man. What impression I give you that we're dating? Like, we're friends.
For that reason, I'm done doing dates on the weekends. I'm not going to lie. These days, dates Monday through Thursday.
It's hot outside on the weekend?
Girl, I took it on a Friday, and it's like, what am I doing? Like, am I okay? Actually. Dallas is hot. It's summertime.
So damn, if y'all feel like that, Y'all posting y'all person on social media?
Girl, unless I'm married with my baby in my stomach.
No. Even though you did make a good point, and honestly, I feel like a guy did like fall back on me because of this, and it probably was a red flag for him. But I talked to Jori about it, and you were like, you should have. But I mean, we went on a date to like some, like, I forgot, it was like an activity or whatever. And at this activity, they ask you, do you want to take a picture? Like, I guess because they figured I was on a date. And in my head, I was like,
that's cool. I mean,
I remember that.
No, I was like, and she kept asking. I was like, girl, lady, can you fall the fuck back? I don't know why you keep asking me about a picture, but I've told you no.
I mean, I would have taken the picture.
Yeah,
where's it going?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it's going.
Like, they're probably going to send it
print it to you and give it.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know. At the time, I was just like so like
because it was new. It was like a first date or something like that.
Yeah, it was literally our first date. So I was like, I don't want a picture with you, and I also was kind of nervous because I was like, I don't know. I just feel like that was just too soon.
But there's nothing wrong with that because I feel like the reason why I gave you the advice I did is because I was dating somebody at the time and we was taking a lot of pictures together. And I'm like, why the fuck not? Like, he ain't around now, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're in the moment, like, let's just act as if this shit is going to be forever. Like, I don't want to think that there's an end date. Like, let's take these pictures because if not, we went on all these dates and we don't have nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to document my experience. Like,
if something happened to you, I want to post our picture. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Like, Pop Smoke.
Oh my gosh, no.
He was taking pictures with everybody. Like, damn, these pictures is bold.
But low key, I agree with Jori because I feel like I've been in a place where it's like, or been in a relationship, situationship, whatever, where it was like everything's hidden. Like there's no evidence of nothing. And when I deep it, I was just like, low key, you could have met my friend. You could have did something. It was like, or you could have even met like my sibling. Because I was like, at the end of the day, because I feel like I'm sitting here laying with you how many times a week and don't nobody know where I'm at? That's, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, that's a little, and mind you, it wasn't a dangerous situation because we were dating for years, but it's like still like nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody knows who this man is. Can't nobody vouch for him? Like, goddamn. Like,
people don't even halfway believe you when you said you were in
bro, we went
you were
so
never
many
out.
places together with no evidence.
I remember my friend asked me, she was like, let me see him. And I was like, ooh, I deleted the thread, girl. She was like, does he? I said, we got pictures together. He exists. I just deleted the thread, girl. But
now she doubted
she was doubting me. I'm like, no, he's real. But in regards to that, though, like people say all the time, there's a fine line between secrecy and privacy. Mm-hmm. What does that look like to y'all? Like, what is secrecy and what's privacy?
As I get older, I think I realized that my definition of privacy probably was secrecy. And I think I'm working on that. And that's just me being transparent. Because I feel like when you grow up, like you really think, especially being like Nigerian, like your reputation is literally your currency out here. So you really try hard to just protect it. And that includes the people who you're attached to. So you really try hard to like protect the people that you're seen with and all those other things. And a lot of times that privacy can just turn into secrecy because it's like you're protecting it from everybody. Like now it's a secret. And once it becomes a secret, then it's like,
right. I definitely agree with that. Because I was even thinking too, like, there is no reason why the close people next to me cannot point out the nigga I'm talking to if we walked into a room right now. And I'm just a private person, but I feel like if you really like somebody and y'all are seriously dating, why do the people closest to me not know who this man is? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, to me,
I think society has kind of put us in that box a little bit just because everyone's afraid.
I mean,
like,
people have glorified sneaky links.
It's not even that, but like sometimes like you don't want to bring something out in case like you feel like once you introduce them, all this little.
But we're talking about like
you know what I'm saying?
Close friends. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, not obviously not to like.
Y'all, it ain't an issue with me. Y'all know. So.
But yeah,
I'm about to say,
you know, guys, the people on the right of me is, you know, okay.
I'll speak.
I'm very transparent.
Yeah, quiet over here, but it's okay. But but I had to think about it too because I was just like, I am very like clear on like I want to be with somebody who can love me out loud. And how can I ask that of you if I can't even bring you around the people who I love the most? You know, so for me, it's really like it's really checking like, okay, you want all these things, but can you also provide that same security to the person who you're dating? Like, it's really doing an inventory check on yourself and being like, okay, I want this, but damn, why can't I have him on my friend? Like, I don't know. You just have to push past that awkwardness. And I think when you become intentional, like, why not? Like,
yeah.
I feel that.
You become intentional.
My next relationship, maybe y'all catch a shoe or something. Fingernail.
I'm doing a hard launch. I'm telling y'all right now. When I get a man, hard launch. Hard launch.
I agree. I agree.
Hard lunch.
Maybe soft.
But maybe soft. But no, I feel like here's where
I've waited for this.
It gets a little it gets a little muddy for me. I feel like when okay, let's say that like when your friend has a relationship in secrecy, like let's say I don't know nothing about her man. when you tell me stuff about him, right? Especially when they get into it, I think that's when it becomes a problem.
That's so awkward.
Because it's like you keep telling me when y'all get into it. I don't know who this man is, where he's come from, nothing. And it's like at the end of the day,
it's like a stranger.
Yeah, it's like I can only give you so much advice. Like I don't know. And it's not to say that I need to know like his social, where he lives, I don't need none of that.
No, but I get exactly. You gotta have an idea of this person, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're really advising correctly, because sometimes when you don't really know people, you low key pulling out your ass. Like, I don't know who he is, but this might apply.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it. Like,
stick, let it apply.
I don't know. Like, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard. But you have to be. We're work in progress, honestly. But
no fact.
One thing for sure, though, like. I've never, like, honestly, me personally, I've never had an issue if, like, I really like someone. Like, I don't have an issue, like, my friends knowing them. Mm-hmm. But, like, there's just boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you establish it, it's cool. Like, because it's kind of cool to, like, it's
bring
just
people
cool.
around. Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's cool. Like, when you have, like, small things at the house, like, it's, like, cool. Like, it's like a little family,
Yeah.
So...
Not you know
what I'm saying, like
because I did it once and it was very fun. I was like, everybody had their little significant other, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool.
I'm gonna kind of go a slight different.
No, I feel you 100%.
I'm gonna kind of go a slight different direction because I actually want to know: are there rules to breaking up?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I think so.
I feel like men don't know how to break up. They just start acting really weird. Yeah. And they force you to break up with them.
Which is a manipulation tactic.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's really weird. Have y'all ever broken up with somebody?
No.
Yeah. I have. And I feel like I instantly regretted it 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I was a coward.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Y'all feel like y'all have a one that got away?
No.
Like you'll ever get the satisfaction to hear me say that.
Okay.
No. What did you say?
Nope.
I'm someone's one that got away. Okay.
That wasn't the question.
But no, I answered though, because
no, is there one that got away? No.
I had maybe a fumble. I'll say a fumble.
Yeah.
Maybe a fumble.
Yeah. Because you never got to that point to know if they're the one that got away.
Yeah.
So I definitely I've had some fumbles.
Yeah.
But it was like,
I had like a fumble and like it's so crazy. Like, wow. When I see it, I'm just like, wow. Like,
no, literally, it's like,
oversight.
What
oversight? Like,
goodbye, my almost lover.
No, please stop.
So I guess after a breakup, is there a mandatory amount of time that you're supposed to like chill out or be single? Is there a single period?
It's a case-by-case situation.
I do too.
I mean,
I think 3 months is safe.
Yeah, that is.
Like if I date somebody and he gets in a relationship in 30 days, you and that bitch can go to hell. I don't even care if you tell me you met her the next day. Y'all can both go to hell.
No, dead ass.
Directly.
Where's your healing at?
No, where's my respect for me?
You know what? But and you know what? A guy would definitely be like, oh, well, we were broken up, but it's like that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
It just really kind of
you're
like
a traitor.
Scares me how like
Rodrigo.
It scares me how like guys can just detach so easily.
But
I don't think they be detached, honestly. I think it's fake detach, like, because they still be trying to spin the block afterwards.
No, but no, like, but some guys do detach.
I think they temporarily detach because
my heart's still being in it, and you just
I think they really detach,
and then they spin the block when you're over, and it's like
and it's like bro.
Now
I actually feel a little different. I have a completely different eyesight in regards to relationships, and I think as somebody who is actively working and learning the art of detachment, I'm sorry, I don't want to be connected to nobody any longer than I'm not supposed to be. I enjoyed our time together. I enjoyed the experience, but I got to go. I'm not saying I'm not going to be sad. I'll give myself a couple weeks, but I'm not giving nobody 3 months. The dating pool is trash as fuck. I can't take 3 months to get over this and then jump back into the pool. And how long is it going to take me to meet another nigga? Like, I enjoyed it for what it was. I have to move on.
So you're dating on day 1, day 2?
What do you mean, dating?
So say you break up with this nigga, imaginary nigga, April 30th, May 1st.
I said I'll give myself like a week or two. Like a couple weeks, like 'cause at the end of the day, if it didn't work out, why am I sad?
You know, like, it's crazy.
I think that's the art of detachment, is understanding, like, okay, like, yeah, it didn't work out. I'm gonna be sad about it, but if we're not gonna be together, why am I carrying this sadness around for me? Like, we're just not each other's person. Like, it is what it is. I enjoyed it for what it was. I have to go.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's different case by case.
I'm not
situation.
Gonna
but I think the amount of time that you're dating the person also plays. Let me put emphasis on that.
If you're dating or in a relationship,
I'm talking about dating.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like I know people, they had to go to therapy to really push through a breakup, because it's like your life is really. Like,
I'm sorry, I should have clarified. I meant in regards to dating.
Oh, okay.
So, like you can't be down for 3 months and then you trying to like
relationship.
Not even a week then. Sir, listen.
I'm talking about dating. Because a relationship is definitely different. Like obviously it takes more time, but I feel like in regards to dating, like you can. I'm not gonna lie, I've been sad behind dating somebody before, and it took me out for a minute, and I was like, I'll never do that again because no, you just weren't my person, and it's okay.
No, heavy on
I hear you. I hear that.
Okay.
I hear that 100%. Like now it's just so easy for like, it's so crazy. It's so easy for me to like, if I notice something I really don't like in a guy, it's so easy for me to just like detach.
It's like detach. Like it's so easy
like
for me now.
It's like back when you were younger, like, okay, let's just try to know.
Be so hard.
I'm okay because like you're low key holding up space in here.
But there's this, I just think it's not even.
Oh, you think I'm capping? You think I'm capping?
Yes, I do, but it's okay.
Do you mind? No. How am I capping, girl?
Call her out. She said,
call me out. I really want to. Cause I'm like, how am I capping?
Actually, it's not fair. It's okay.
No, what do you mean?
No.
You already said it. Come on.
No, for real.
Because, okay, let's, like, in the art of transparency, I disagree. I don't think so. But I think that's fair. I think maybe because I believe that, Paulette, you are a very, like, passionate person. Mm-hmm. So I don't see you. I wouldn't describe you as somebody who can detach very easily.
Like, okay.
Unless you're not interested. You were probably not, if you're not attached in the first place. But once you become attached to somebody, I don't see you as somebody who detaches very easily.
And you know, because I know that about myself, I don't like to attach to like new people. I will not attach because I know myself. I know like once I like get my claws in you, I'm not good coming up off you, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not good, guys. Don't.
No, my thing is I don't think detaching easily is necessarily like a positive thing either.
And you know it's crazy because it's like I'm about to get real deep with y'all. Like honestly, like that is something I tried to work on in myself is detaching from people or said person or whatever. But it's like y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Like it's like to me, I'm not gonna like speaking for Paulette, it's a struggle, like a constant battle of like trying to detach from someone because it's like the moment you find yourself detaching, you feel like you're forgetting this person. And this person may have probably played a major part in your life. And it's like, dang, I feel like I'm like erasing something that I know, like, you know, I don't want to erase at this time, you know? And then you reattach. And it's like,
I feel like I recently was having like thoughts on that a couple nights ago. And I just realized like, why am I looking in the rear view? You know what I mean? Like, while I appreciate what you did for me, but I think staying connected to those people and continuously looking back in the rear view, it literally stops you from looking forward. Like, it literally stops you. And I seen a TikTok that literally, my whole mind frame, literally she was like, when it doesn't work out with one dude, it's okay because that just means I'm one dude closer to my husband. Like,
but yeah, like, but too, like, I don't know, like,
I'm not saying like, no, and like, again, speaking from like small dating things. I'm not talking about long-term relationships because I know that stuff is different, but
because psychologically, a lot of things, it plays a big, like, I don't know, like, I feel like all these things that like people put on TikTok or these think pieces, like, it's easier said than done. Like when you're actually in it, like, it's actually difficult. Like, it's really, like, you have to really, like, kind of, like, train yourself. Like, this is what needs to be done. And every day you have to constantly remind yourself, this is what needs to be done. Like, we're not deviating from this. Like, this is what needs to be done for you. In order for you to move forward, you have to do this. But it's hard. Like, I don't want to sit on this platform and talk to other people like, it's so easy moving on. It's really not. Like,
it's not. And I think,
you know, it's hard.
I think moving on comes with stages, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, when I was finally able to detach, I realized that holding on was drowning me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And I had no choice but to let it go because I'm like, if I'm drowning myself, like my life is never going to change if I don't let this go. You know what I mean? And was it hard? Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been the best fucking time of my life ever. You know what I mean? So once you get past that stage, and so it's just like I know what that's like to be in the trenches. But I'm telling you, and people say all the time, like one day. That day gonna come for you, and you gonna be like,
it might take
why
some
not
months.
sooner?
It
Why
might take
not
some years,
sooner?
But it's gonna come because once you get over that hump, you're gonna be like, damn.
But sometimes like life could just be going so well for you right now. You're like, I don't want to feel that right now.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sad.
What?
I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to go through anything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's grieving. I don't want to grieve right now. Like,
but I feel like
you know
staying in something also that doesn't really serve you is sort of doing the same thing.
But I get it. But I can honestly
sometimes.
True, but I also understand how some people are like, if something is like not even like talking about that relationship, whatever. If the life is just so constant right now, it's like you don't want to interrupt it. Because I'm not gonna lie, some people just like they don't do well with that.
Yeah,
you know. And that's why I said it's hard.
Yeah,
like, you know?
No, for me personally though, I think the knowing that if I'm trying to hold on to because I don't want to face the feelings of what I'm gonna grieve, I think that it looming over me is gonna bother me more than letting go. You know what I mean? So I'm just, or bother me more than not letting go. Sorry.
Cause y'all ain't never been mad at yourself? Like, damn, bitch.
All the time.
Can't let go.
All the time.
What's wrong with you?
Like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay?
Like, have a conversation with yourself.
I kept talking to the mirror like,
when you said drowning, oh my gosh, I relate to that so much. Like,
sure.
It reminds me of like, I know I'm always like bringing up references to stuff, but I don't know if you ever watched Tyler Perry, the play. I believe it's Family Reunion, or it's either Family Reunion or I Could Do Better by Myself. I think I Could Do Better by myself. But there's a time, and it kind of relates to relationships, but she's like complaining about her son. Her son like just can't get it together, and she's trying to convince him to do this and this and this, and she's just tired. And he was like, listen, he may be sick and tired, but you have to wait for him to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. When someone's like sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when they leave, you know? And I realized that like even from my certain situations, like there are times where like so maybe you may be disappointed or you may be sad, but then when you're tired of being sad, when you're tired of being disappointed, when it comes to the point where it's like you just feel like, dang, even when things are good, like I'm just so tired of this situation where it just doesn't feel good anymore. Yeah. Then that's when you know, like, dang, even then it's like at this point I have to jump ship because I do feel like I'm drowning. And I feel like until you get to that point, like you're not going to want to leave, because at that point that whatever you're in probably feels good to you or feels better than like leaving. Because I've definitely been in like a relationship that, like I said, like I was probably in it for a year before I knew that I need to leave. And the last year was like horrible, but it was just like I was just nervous, thinking like, oh my gosh, like the breakup stage is very daunting, because we've all known what it's like to go through a breakup. Like you lose weight, you're not eating, like you're sad, you're depressed, like you know what I mean?
I'll never forget.
Yeah, so I was kind of just like, who here wants to rush into this?
What? I remember my grandma asked me, she was like, Jori, you're not doing drugs, are you? You get real tiny. I was like, no, my grandma called me out about my weight. I'm like, wow, the devil you.
And my mom was quick to point out, oh, you lost weight. I'm like, God damn it, Mom, I know, shit.
Like, it's to the point, like, you going to sleep not because you're tired, you just want the day to end.
Right.
Girl.
Taking distraction naps. Distraction showers.
Girl, my friend had came over and I slept the entire time. When I woke up, she's like, Crystal, are you okay? She's like, I'm just gonna ask you this right now. Like, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? And I was like, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Like, you wake up.
I slept. I woke up to eat. That whole day I slept. I was like, damn, bro. Like, who hate it for me? But, I'm on that other side of it.
Listen, that 5 minutes where you wake up and you're kind of like, I was sad about something. And then you remember, you're like, oh, shit, I'm going back to sleep.
Going back to sleep, man.
Oh my gosh, sorry, flashbacks, guys.
We're
delivered.
Right?
We are
Literally.
delivered.
But you know what? That just goes to show, like, I mean, for the lady, especially for the younger ladies that are listening, like, use us as an example, because we have all, like, I've walked in here damn near in tears sometimes, like, just came and just put on a brave face just to sit on the podcast and give y'all advice about, and meanwhile, I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we're here as a living testament to say, like, it'll eventually happen. That when you get on the other side, it'll eventually happen. Like, we can't, y'all like writing emails about how to get over guys or how to go through a breakup. And it's like, you really just have to just go through the time and then come out on the other side. Like, and so whatever that timing is for you, that's up to you. Like, sometimes, like I said, it takes some months. Sometimes it may even take you a couple years, but whatever that timing is for you.
And it's not even that, like, you even have to be like, okay, today's the day. I'm not gonna lie. I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm cool off this nigga. And never talk to him again.
Yeah.
Like, it's that type of random, like, I just woke up and I was like, nope.
I'm sick of your shit. And I'm sick of my own shit. So I'm done.
Period.
I'm sick of my own shit. And same, like Crystal said, like, don't ever feel like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna break up, it's the end of the world. My advice to you in that situation would be, don't let the fear of leaving a relationship keep you in that relationship. Because once you're in that point or that period, you know you need to leave. Because it's daunting and it's like fearful as you are. When you're on the other side, you're going to be so proud of yourself.
Yeah. And okay, I was gonna say, keep going.
No, you're gonna be so proud of yourself. When I tell you, it feels so good, and the type of happiness you experience is completely different, because you realize, like, not even like were you unhappy for a long time, but you realize that you haven't been happy in a long time. Like, even the happiness that you had in that relationship is not going to amount to the happiness that you get, that you can provide for yourself. So, like, really fight for that. Fight for your fairy tale. Fight for that happy ending, because you deserve it. You deserve to be happy and worthy and respected and treated well in a relationship. Every woman deserves that. So if you do not feel that, if you're not getting that, if you're not feeling that in that relationship, like, ladies, do not be afraid to get the hell out.
I'm gonna drop this last little quote, but it's like, when they say, you realize why it never worked out with anybody else because you found your person, that point will hit you in your lifetime. So don't worry about it. You'll see eventually. But yeah.
And don't take forever getting to him, because you was with that nigga.
Period.
Yeah,
like I said, the quicker you leave one, the quicker you are to your next.
No, it's funny that y'all, because I met this girl. She was in her early 20s, and she asked me like, what advice did I have for her? And I told her, if you're in a relationship and you feel like it's not serving you, leave now. That I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like spending your 20s in a relationship that you know you're not supposed to be in, girl, leave. It ain't even worth it. Because then next thing you know, you look up and you 27 and you wasted a whole bunch of years on a man that is where now. Please.
Is aware now. So, honestly, please.
That's my little spiel. But that wraps up
another good episode with your favorite ladies, guys. Please go and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Petty Party Pod. Send us your motos or Petty Chronicles at pettyparty12814@gmail.com. Also interact with us on all social media platforms. Also watch our videos too on YouTube, live every other Wednesday. And this is your girl, Paulette, signing out. Holla.
Bye, y'all. It's your girl, Crystal, a.k.a. Champagne Chris, a.k.a. Chris F. Baby. Please say the baby. Peace.
Bye, guys. It's Aaliyah Gabor.
Yeah, it's Michelle Shelley, Egypt the P Nasty. Holla.
Bye.